Well, good evening. It is Clouse on Cars. My name is Kim Clouse. I'm a little early, 6:55. I want to let these streams stabilize, live and learn, I guess you could say. Um, I put a post up on Facebook and probably all the other social networks. If you would like to join the show, you can text your email to 205-300-8246, and I'll bring you live into the stream. Um, Sorry, we've been a little bit busy with occupied with working as well as doing this stream. It's always more than you think it's going to be. Of course, that's all right. I hope everybody can hear me. Let me check my sound levels. Yeah, I'm good. Um, Welcome. I hope everybody appreciates what we're trying to do. Like I said, I'm going to do this show if it's just by myself until everybody starts watching. Why not? It's a lot of fun, and I want to talk about some things this evening. It's 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock East, 5 o'clock West. So maybe we'll get some participation. Like I said, text me your email to 205-300-8246. I can have a look at the YouTube stream. I'm sorry, the Facebook stream. Right now it's live, and I'm not uh, sure if everybody's paying attention or not to that. But chat's on there too. I can't monitor everything at once and produce the show, so that's just one of the drawbacks. Text me. Um, I'll go over and check YouTube and chat every once in a while. And don't be silly, I'll block you forever. Um, I had some good conversations the last few weeks with John Gottschalk and some other people. And I visited a couple of dealerships, and man, I just want to go over and ask everybody out there is, I need to know what the process is. This, what you guys think the standards might be today for a few of these things. I've got notes. I make noise. It's no big deal. Let's see what's going on. So, a couple of these stores, one of them that I visited, there's a lot of construction going on in that area. So, you know, every interstate and every road and street, it seemed like going to that part of the state it's got some kind of issue. So, on their Google listings, Google Plus, when you get directions, it says no route. So you might want to consider that I've learned that this week. It will show no route. Also, the thank goodness for the old GPS in my GMC Sierra Denali. Uh, it's a little bit older, so it's I just want to know. So I called the store on the click to call and the Google business listings, and the receptionist was most awesome. Had a great, very affirmative, very nice, pleasant voice, a greeting, and asked how she could assist me or who she could direct the call to. And I just wanted directions on how to get to the store. And but she just couldn't tell me. And I was kind of surprised by it. And I'd let the GM know a little bit later, but I thought, well, I wonder, does surely, we text all these directions to everybody here. Here's a way to get here. Just do it this way. But when someone just calls in, I mean, is there a clear and concise piece of paper on the desk at the receptionist that says from interstate whatever, take this exit, go to this street, or from, the nearest shopping mall, go here, or the nearest street, where are you now? Here's how to get here. I mean, there's got to be some way to communicate that. I finally hung up. I could not figure out. And then when I got to I thought, boy, this person is just, when I got there, the most awesome individual I've ever spoken with. She was incredible on the phone. Everyone she handled correctly. I noticed there was no way for her to, or anyone else that might have been sitting in for her, to say, okay, if you're at X, go here to get to this store, or there, get to this store. So I thought maybe I'd share that. I might be insane. People may have already addressed that, but Don't depend on this digital minutia. Okay. When people call, okay, what's your cell phone number? I'll text you directions. In this instance, and these are two, one of these stores is very, very popular, a large store, does a lot of business. All their stuff is right. There were too many construction zones around them. Sometimes, you know, things break. Well, Google Maps and the directions to their store from everywhere I was trying to use as a reference point didn't work. So as a result, when I called, she didn't know how to get there. There was a Walmart close. Three of them. I couldn't, So I thought I might better bring that up and see where, I don't know, were we thinking about that? Let's see, anything going yeah, there's a couple of people paying attention. Welcome to Clouse on Cars. I'm Kim Clouse. This is March 20th at 7:01. I've been saying now, I came on a little early because these streams stabilize as we go into the show a little bit more. And we're like, I'm doing this live and watching it on production set. So it's different on Facebook and it's different on YouTube. The arrival times to screen are different. So bear with me. I said the best way to get to participate in this show is text your email to 205-300-8246. And I can put your email in here. And if you've got Chrome downloaded on your iPhone, or if you're in front of a computer with Chrome, I can bring you right into the show, and you can be live and we can discuss it, and I can add your volume and all those type things. So we're going back to, can people find your store? So, the first time I searched, I put in the name of the store, and of course, all the other OEM stuff, just there it was. I'm being very careful not to name all these people because they are such an elevated and heightened sense of awareness and very, very good at digital. These are the pitfalls from some of this technology that, well, we think it's just going to work. Frustrated customers out there hitting call and asking how to get there because Google is not giving the right instructions, or their nav is not giving the right instructions because it's live with construction zones. Hey, get something on the desk. Okay. Get it up there. I got frustrated, and I'm very patient about some things, just not that. All right. So I want to know if you're watching this or you watch the archive. This show's been recorded on YouTube, probably on Facebook, and every other place I think that it can be recorded on social. I want you folks to text me. Once again, I would put up an overlay, but to write it down, 205-300-8246. Text your email to that number. And if you're not silly, I'll bring you right into the show. All right. So that's one of the things. First thing that I noticed. So I'm going in to evaluate these stores from shopping them all the way through, just as a consumer. And I want to know, I want to know, how does your BDC work? This is whomever you are, wherever you are. This is a very, very, very convoluted, top of mind brain set for, I asked David Kane to please send me how he thought it should work, because Dave and I mean, he's awesome. Ralph Palia, awesome. Rafi Hamid, all these folks, Stephen Stonick. I want to know how a BDC, should be working, and how it's working in your store. I know I've been through some situations where, just pardon my movement, that it's, the OEMs mandated certain things for certain companies, and some of those companies were pathetic. That's just putting it the way it is, no sugarcoating. I'm never going to do that. So I want to know, how is your BDC working? What's going on with it? Let me see who's chatting. I hear it going off. If I can't get to you, I can't get to you. I'm sorry about that. Yeah. Okay. I. All right. So this is a couple minutes old. I'll answer it now. Um, what do I think? All right. So thank you, Robert. Um, I've always said that the entire store should be its own BDC. Um, I know we've had a lot of things going on recently with all this BDC and all this. You got to read your analytics and you got to look at every little action and every little form and every little thing and all these things that take up so much of your time that you should be hiring somebody to do. I met a really good individual this week for that. If you want to call me, I'll turn you on to it. Um, I want to know, what changes are best for your store in the BDC? Is it, do we put people in the BDC because of experience? Um, or do we put them in there because of adaptability? Very important. Um, just on their tenure, anybody with a pretty sharp and pretty quick and young nowadays can be on a chat or in the BDC or on the phone, and a customer can say, "Hey, does that truck have a lock-in differential?" Or "What is a lock-in differential?" Or this or that. And if Siri knows it and Google knows it, and I've tried it, they can have another screen open and pop over there and read what the OEMs have for them. Most OEMs have, books, help iPhone apps, all this other things that you can give customers answers. Your BDC needs that. If you've got just a standalone BDC, I'm hoping that it already has it. I may be just saying stuff that's, hey, you guys already know all this stuff, but I can promise you, if you already know it, your BDCs, if they're standalone, and some of them were accountants or teachers or retired school teachers from somewhere else, they're brilliant people and they're great with customers and with individuals. But when you get into specifics about automobiles, unless one of them is a car freak, then they just need to know how to access that information and tell the customer, tell the guest on the phone or in the chat or in the email the answer, and quickly and correctly. And if they can't find it or can't do it, then they probably need to TO that. Now I'm talking about an individualized BDC where some situations I'm entirely against this. Not, I don't, everything in the store comes to the BDC. There's a BDC for service. There's a BDC for sales. There's a BDC for this and for that and for whatever. Okay. Shouldn't the whole store be a BDC? I mean, really? This is my question again. Do we hire for adaptability? Do we put them in the BDC? Do we hire for capability, the ability to learn? People that are coming out of sales based on their tenure and their experience, that are great on the phone and with a computer, and a lot of those guys out there, man, they're killer BDC people managing great BDCs. I'm asking, and I want you guys to share. Text me, email 205-300-8246, and send me a text with your email in it. And if you've got Chrome on your iPhone, or you've got the app, the Stage 10 app from the Droid Store, or wherever you get your apps, then I can bring you directly into the show. Let me look at a couple things real quick here while you can see me, but I can't see you. Got a face made for radio. That's what my mother says. Anyway, all right. So I'm looking at what's happening with Facebook. I need to get over into Facebook, see what's going on real quick, and see how you guys are doing. Let's see, could be a text. 1 second. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to answer Robert's question in just 1 second. This is my answer. I think the entire store should be the BDC. Okay, so back to what's going on in a lot of places. We have everything that comes from the ether, whether it's a phone call, an email, an inbound lead, a chat, whatever. I've seen a lot of stores that goes to the BDC first. And okay, so how many people do you have in there? Most stores, I don't know. 4, 5, maybe. Okay, you got 5 people trying to handle all your traffic. I don't know if this is what's going on or not. In my opinion, the salespeople should be handling all the traffic. The managers should be overseeing what the salespeople are doing with that traffic, looking in the CRM. That should be handled correctly. All the questions answered. Take it as far as you can take it. When you need to follow up with a customer, then it needs to go to the BDC. And I call it not really, I don't really call it BDC. It's like uh, to me, um, it's a business nurturing network, I guess you would call it. No, business relationship center, BDC, business development center, BRC, business relationship. Okay, if everybody at the dealership, if you've got 20 salespeople and they're doing the right thing, then you've got 4 times as much ability to work. The sales managers have to do their job then. And I know we say this, they never do it. Well, if they don't do it, make them a lot lizard. Okay. Just if the first time, make them a lot lizard for 10 days. Just say, hey, you can't have any more internet, no more phone calls, nothing from the BDC. Your previous customers can call you. All right. And you go live on the car lot. Hey, in the rain and the cold and the heat and the whatever, send them outside. Don't let them have any leads at all. Make them, do what they do. First time, first infraction. Then they'll probably start putting everything in the CRM with notes and in the BDC, however it works in your store, so that the business relationship people can now, who are the best at it in the world, these folks that we're talking about, they can manage the relationship forward for you and find out from the customer where they really are, what they really need, relay that back to you in a quick message, get you over there into the office if you're not busy, or tell the customer that you are busy and then communicate it later. There's so many ways that this needs to work. I'm just interested in what you think. Um, I've just always considered BDC was a big, it was the word business development center. Um, there's a couple of OEMs I hope have probably woke up from that nightmare, and the way that they mandated it out and the way that they had dealers do it was wrong. Period. To this day, I always say that. It was just wrong, man. It was nearly impossible. But good dealers did it anyway. Raise my hand. I should always say the whole store is the BDC. Everywhere you go, you're responsible for representing your store. If you're out with your buddies, if you're playing golf, if you're at a function, BDC. If you meet somebody having dinner, get their name, address, phone number, email. How does Joe Verdi do it? Remember? Excuse me, how many drivers in your family? Do the old stuff. Joe's right. Grant was right. Sig was right. There follow-up works and nobody does it. I mean, so if we have more information now than ever, let's go back to the ABCs and try and do this the right way again and contact these people and then start to wash away all that bad blood. We wanted to use the BDC to let people know we were not evil people. Carlot, not evil people. And when they can't answer those questions, they feel slighted again. So just think about what we're doing with this BDC. I would really like for all of you watching, or if you watch this after it's been recorded in the archive, chime in here or don't. I don't, if you're afraid to get in the water, go back to the house. It's an important thing. So everywhere you go, you are the store's BDC. You're a walking environment for your store. So I'm trying to read these notes because they were so good. I scared myself for them. So let's see. You know what happens? Everybody that's coming in from the internet, well, let's just say most everybody that's coming in from the internet on the phone, the directions from Google Business, the BDC's answering calls. Yes, we have that vehicle. Or did you hear about our big sale? Wait a minute. But they're all turning into floor ups. Okay. So when they get there, how do you handle that? Sales managers, what are you doing? Are you having somebody greet the customer, and then bring them to you and introduce you to them and trying to meet all of them. You can't do it on a busy Saturday with Alabama football on here. I promise you. So you've got to find a little break somehow to get over there and introduce yourself. Like I said, a week or two ago, not to be the Wizard of Oz, the man behind the curtain. This is a very complicated set of rules and scenarios that we work inside of now in automotive like we've never seen before. And, I've been quiet about it for a long time, man, but you guys say, well, we're all great at not the basics. Lately, I've seen vehicles with 2018 model vehicles with no pictures on the internet. Okay. They're a year old. They still don't have a picture, or they might have been traded in a month ago. They still don't have a picture. Do we need to get rid of these cars? Are there things that we need to do? I mean, it's just on and on. Okay. Back to BDC. So if everybody's taking all these leads and everybody's putting them in the CRM and phone calls and chats, chat is really important now. I would recommend that only the people that know how to chat and use good grammar or do it quickly and don't capitalize everything. I mean, put your best people on chat. Guys, the rest of you who are watching that are salespeople, if you don't know how to chat and you can't do it halfway correct and you misspell things and you don't do stuff right, sometimes that's okay too. Jeff Sutherland from Scott Crump Toyota. I'll tell you that story later. I mean, he sold more cars emailing customers the wrong language because it was hilarious. And they bought cars from him because he used it to his advantage. Think about how that works too. This middle game, which we call car sales. Let me look. I need to look. I see a couple of you I know you start to text and start to chat. And then I go, oh no, I'm trying to figure out why. Let's see, one second. Okay. So who is over my passwords? Not me. I want to know what's going on with the BDCs. Man, this is real important, man. It's really, really important stuff. Uh, I'm not sure. Okay. I'll go back to it. I see all of you posting. I'm just going to, if you want to be on the show and you got a question, I'm just going to say you're going to have to text me 205-300-8246. Text me your email. I'll bring you into the show or I'll answer it. Text me your questions 205-300-8246. I'll text it right to you. I'll have a overlay up next time so you can believe what it is. All right, back to the rules. The rules for what I call a full store business relationship management. Okay. BDC, great theory. Great theory. To me, I mean, I've seen some really, really good 4 or 5 people doing great BDC work. It's just next to, it might be noisy in a minute. I'm in my living room, so somebody might. I've seen some really great results out of 3 or 4 ladies that I know at a local store who just kill it. But they get so confused. They come to me, a sales manager, like, what is a G80? What is a crew cab and a double cab? What's the difference in size? I mean, I had to give them the tools. I had to learn to give them the tools to work inside of. Still, consumers wanted to know. So let's think about that. And I'm going to go to the rules now. They're just exactly like a regular BDC, a business relationship management group. All right. Everybody brings leads. The leads come in from X everywhere, all areas, infinity. And when they get to the store, the leads, the phone calls, the chats, the mass email responses, all these things. I mean, how much stuff are we asking for that we can really respond to correctly and independently and not try to blow smoke up a customer's backside, no snake oil, doing things the right way? How hard is that? I don't think people realize how hard it really is to do this stuff we call selling cars. It's difficult, new and used alike. Okay, so what I want to know is when all that stuff gets there, how are you handling it? I need your input We all need to discuss this. Everybody needs to learn to work together in other dealerships. You can still be in competition. I mean, but if we all work together and we're trying to learn to lift the shroud, I mean, everybody's doing it. Why not share it? Or if you've got a problem, share it. Let's try to figure out what's going on. In 2 weeks, I'll have a guest. I'll announce him in the next couple of days through some commercials, who has had a lot of conversations with me about this, and we just disagree on one thing with this BDC stuff. And now what I like to call business relationship marketing. That's what a BDC is, the store and the people doing the follow-up and the, hey, I talked to Bob. He wants the truck. Here it is. That was 30 minutes ago. He wants you to call him at 4. That's a lot better than, have you heard about the big sale? Or thank you for calling X dealer. How may I direct your call? Yes. What vehicle? I mean, just come on. Let's be individualistic and work with these customers correctly. It's my opinion. Tell me what you think. All right. The rules. Exactly like a BDC. Talk to, visit with, chat, text, email, eat dinner, etc. In the CRM with notes. Okay. Everything in the CRM with notes. Anything that touches the dealership name in time on this planet, from trying to do business in any way, from parts to service, selling tires to selling cars or accessories, whatever, just talking about your latest branding, whatever, you need to try to figure out how to get that information and how to get it in the CRM by each individual, not just a few. And like I said, if you get 10 and you get 10 salespeople doing 10 contacts, do the math. That's 100 chances a day. The most 5 people can handle at 10 is 50. So you just double your opportunities. Do these the right way. So I'm going to explain something about this and how your own personal funnel works in a minute. All right. So if you had 10 and what the 10 people would be doing from your sales floor, or however many you have, would be responding, answering, doing whatever they need to do to tell the customer what they want right now. All right. So that takes me to the sales funnel. In automotive, everybody says, okay, I remember in 2007, I watched a thing with Google at Digital Dealer, and I was doing a similar presentation about the sales funnel. I had written an article for Delix. They were a great company. And I said that I wanted 90-day-old customers that were 90 days away from buying, and they were in the sales funnel. Well, the automotive sales funnel is different in so many variables in so many ways than what they look at. Why not just grab everybody you can, is far away from buying? You want to buy it now, people, of course. But if you get the ones that are 90 days away and you start put them in your own funnel, call it this is my dealership funnel, and start treating them respectfully, answering their questions, overdoing it. Now, if they're idiots, leave them alone. Remember, 1 out of 10, block them, do something. But most people are not. They're serious and sincere. So when you get them in your own little funnel, in about 90 days, when they get ready to fall out the bottom of the funnel, they're falling out of your funnel. You've groomed them. You've taken care of them. You've brought them down through the buying process. You may have even helped them look at competitors' cars. Okay. Don't be scared. Do the right thing and you'll win. Right? No one, I said this earlier today. If you're the only one playing the game, you can't lose. Okay. So do the right thing. Try to do this the right way. Be the only ones doing it. Or in your area. If you're listening to this show, if you want to get on here, text it. To email to 205-300-8246. Or when this has been recorded, you can go put your comments and then we'll start arguing. I can't watch all the networks. Big mistake to have it on all of them, I think. So now, when you get them in your own little funnel and they come out, who are they going to buy from? I mean, if they're local and they like you and you've got the product and the prices, not really an issue because they're going to come look at it if you've done it right. Maybe it is, maybe you're together on money and you're pretty confident they're coming. Then you've still got 90 days of people. Now you've got well, I always go back to Joe Verdi. You've got a full pipeline and you've got people coming, forever. I hope this thing's not fading back as much as it sounds like it is. I think it is. Let's see. All right. So Noah's trying to play music now. Maybe you guys hear it. It's iTunes. I think it's no telling who. But anyway, this is what I get for playing with these headphones. Sorry about that. Back to it. Get them in your own little funnel. Teach them what to do. Groom them down through it. Get your salespeople involved. Get them used to doing it. In 90 days, you'll have customers. Get the bottom funnel customers that some companies like Lot Links deliver every day. And some of these retargeting people every day, they bring bottom funnel customers who are looking for your vehicles. But if you put them in your funnel and bring them out the bottom, then you got it made. Now, these rules, young guys should teach the old guys. All right, young guys, if you know everything in the world about this stuff but you don't know everything about cars, guess what? You might want to embrace partnering up with one of the senior guys, that's getting ready to retire in a few years, that's been there forever, that hates the computer, that wants some help. Show him how to get around some of these things. All right. I know I'm ranting. It's 7:26. I've already been on 20 something minutes. Think about your funnel. Think about the BDC. Think about a lot of things. And we're going to have a lot of discussion about this when one of my buddies comes on that I mentioned earlier in the show. And if you were watching, you'll know who it is. It's a secret question. We're going to talk about that. He's always said, well, you don't need to call to get permission if the customer asks you a question. Get permission to, you don't need to write them an email and ask for permission to call them. You can just call them. They'll forgive you the first time. And I've always said, no, you need to email and ask for permission to call when, what number, and whatnot. And I think we're both right. I don't know. We've argued forever anyway. He knows who it is, and I know you're watching. Thank you. The rest of these rules, pretty simple. Oh, guys, you don't like the computer. You don't like doing this stuff. You don't like embracing change and technology. I know you're getting ready to retire. That's too bad. Learn this stuff. New guys, you think you can sneak around and shortcut and not put stuff in the CRM if you're part of the store, BDC, and you're handing it off to a customer relationship center, a business relationship center, like I like to think of it as, and they're doing your follow-up for you. Don't you owe it to them to let them know where you are? They're going to tell you when it's time to sell a car, and you should be happy about it. So think about these rules. If they don't do it, give them 10 days on the lot wizards. Second time, give them 2 weeks. First time, 7 days. Next time, 2 weeks. Whatever. Work it out. And then the third time, there's no option. Fire them. Send them home. Just tell them, I'm sorry. I mean, especially if it's somebody new, because you're not enabling them to do what they should be doing. Obviously, it's not selling cars, and they're not enabling you to sell all the cars you need to sell. So there's a point in time where it's time to say, hey, I'm sorry, but we're going to have to part company. Think about these things. Think about these BDC rules. Each individual, do this stuff. Put it in the CRM. Add good notes. Make sure that your chat, your chat and your email your all your providers, whatever they're doing, sending leads to you, Source and Medium can be looked at and coming into the CRM and converted into ADF. It can be done. I mean, do some studying on it. I hope this show finds you well and this video finds you well. My name is Kim Clouse. This is something that's really close to me, this BDC and a full store, BDC and customer relationships, BDC, I say Business Relationship Center, BRC, same thing. But I don't know if we should, depends on how you handle it at your store. I'm going to say goodbye right now. Email me, contact@iautoconsultants.com if you want to be on the show. You have some problems, you have some issues, let me know. If you think I'm crazy, too late for that. Everybody knows. All right. I hope this video finds you well, like I said, and I'll probably see you real soon. Thanks a lot.